Hey guys, if you're watching this video, that means you just purchased my Trading Options 101, where I'm going to teach you all the beginner basics of trading and just like the plant the seeds to get started. And if you bought this course, I just want to say congratulations to you, because you are one of the very few people in this world that is willing to pay to learn a skill that can make them a great amount of money. So congratulations to you. You are definitely chasing your personal success and your dreams, and I love that for you. And before we get into the trading options and the concepts, we're going to get into like our introduction, and I'm just going to kind of go through some of the basics and show you guys some things just to get our feet wet a little bit with the first module. So starting off, like I said, my name is Marcellus. This is my brand. I'm the CEO of Donyae, and the whole point of Donyae is to be able to help different people find different digital side hustles and also provide guidance in business and entrepreneurial space for people who don't really have any. Me personally, being like a black person, a little brown, I found it really hard to get into business because I never could find people who could explain it to me properly. And I was always so scared to start because I just didn't understand the entrepreneurial space. So I'm here to give you that in a language that you understand, because once I get into it, you're going to get into it. You're going to know. You're going to feel the vibes, okay? Let's get into the all about me little slide. So starting off, like I said, Marcellus, you can call me Marcelli, Mar, whatever. A lot of people call me different things because, my name a little long or whatever, but it's not that hard to forget. You'll remember, okay? And just to start it off, I am an Aquarius, because people be like, oh, your energy this, your energy that. I'm big on energy. I'm an Aquarius. I'm an air sign. I'm real breezy with it, I'm real breezy with it. Listening to me, you're going to learn something, and that's a Fendi fact. You understand? And personally for me, I've been trading for 3 years. I am a small account trader. That means I don't trade huge amounts or try to make my returns are not looking like $2,000 to $3,000 returns. I'm more like $100, $300 returns, just to keep a steady side income for me. I use it to pay for my trips, buy a little gas or whatever, just for the simple things. But obviously, you can use the skills that you learn here and maximize it however you want. I'm just doing what works for me. I'm a college student, so I won't be having time to be doing all that and be stressed out like that. But if you do, kudos to you. I'm going to teach you the things that you can implement into your trading so that you can do that, okay? So next, I'm a business marketing major. So across being a business marketing major, I've taken tons of business classes, finance classes, also specifically marketing classes. So another thing at Donyae that we offer is we offer different marketing and business guides. Like I said, I want to help people navigate the entrepreneurial space. So having that experience, I'm able to give it back to you guys in guides and other videos and other informationals at a discounted price. So if you're like, I'm not going to college, you can miss me with that. Don't worry, we're not going to miss you with that. What we're going to do is you're going to have a person like me give it to you for the low, and let's not waste too much time, because we already know how those classes go. But yeah, so that part. And then, like I said, I'm a small account trader, so my gains, I'm literally looking for maybe 300. I'm taking $300 to $500 trades, looking for $100 to $300 returns. Honestly, I think my biggest day of trading was probably $500 in returns in one trade. But overall, that's what I try to keep it at. I don't really like to use big amounts because I get nervous, but with time eventually. But if you want to use big amounts and you're comfortable with that, you're totally allowed to do that as you go through and start growing in your trading journey. Definitely though, do not trade without the proper practice and understanding of what it is that you're doing. Do not do this course and just jump into a trade, because I promise you, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, because a lot of people blow them accounts, and you do not want to be the first one to do it, okay? And I don't want you to be, because then you're gonna be like, damn, I took this course and I lost, and I feel like it's a scam. It's not a scam, baby. No one told you to take that. No one told you to take that $1,000 trade and lose $500. No one told you to do that, because I'm just teaching you the basics. But I will link you guys to resources where you guys can live trade with other people. I'm just not doing that. And then, yeah. And then also for people to be like, oh, what certifications you have? Well, I am not a financial advisor, so nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not telling you to go and do anything. Do not do anything without actually understanding what it is that you're doing. But I can say that I am a Bloomberg Market Concept Certificate, which means that I learned all the basics about different markets and stock markets and who trades like big banks. I learned a lot of the concepts and a lot of different strategies through that in my corporate finance course, which was also about stocks and investing. So I have knowledge, you know, I have a little thing or two, and I could teach you a thing or two. And I've also been in a numerous amount of trading groups and courses. I've spent probably over a good $2,000-$3,000 on them. And that's why I decided to do this, so that I can give it to you guys for literally a low price. Like, this price, you're not getting this price at anywhere else. People will charge you near $1,000 for this basic information. And I just didn't want to do that. I want to be able to give it out and make it affordable for everybody, so that you guys can all do it, take what you want with it. And then I can also link you guys to other people who are doing it for the similar price. Cause you know, we can all eat, we can all grow together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's me. Welcome. Nice to meet you. We gonna get this. We gonna get this. If you're part of this program, are you done? You're making money. So one way or another, we got like 4 different side hustles for you to choose from. Trading, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, whatever it is that you want. We can help you do it. So tap in like you have. Tap in like you have. Tap in like you know. So now let's get into what is trading and what are options. So starting off with trading. Trading is literally just about buying and selling securities for a profit or a loss. The securities that you're going to be buying or selling are called contracts, options contracts. Option contracts are basically a contract of 100 shares sold at a discounted price. These contracts should be bought at a discounted price and sold at a premium, meaning that whatever price you buy them at, if it's cheaper, like let's say it's $30, you want to sell it when it's about $50. That's where your profit lies, in between that margin, okay? And you can buy multiple contracts. You could buy 5 contracts. That means you have like 500 shares within that 5 contracts, and that can move expeditely for you, and you can do whatever you want, but that's basically what that is. And then options can create great opportunities for you, but come at a great risk and should not be traded without practice and knowledge of how the markets work. It took me 3 years. Out of those 3 years, 2 years, I was a loser. In my 3rd year, I started consistently winning, but it did take me a while to learn. So this is a skill that you have to be a little bit dedicated for. And I'm telling you, it is a great skill to learn. You can make really fast money, and you're going to learn that when you get into the market, but you have to be careful because you will lose significant amount of money. I blew like 4 accounts before I found an account that was actually making profits, like stacking it up. And that's just important for y'all to know. And a lot of people will not tell you that. They make it seem like you could just learn it and it's easy and you can hop in the next day. And when you struggle, they're hoping that you'll come to their course and pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to keep retaking it so they can teach you the same information. But I promise you, it's not that deep, and it's not that it's not that simple, but it's really not that deep either, because I'm telling you, once I break it down and give you the game I'm about to give you, you're going to understand why you don't need to do all that and how you can do it on your own like I have. And yeah, that's how that goes. Those are what options are, and that's what trading is. Here's some of the things that I would say that you need. So starting off with mental strength, I'm gonna tell you all right now, trading is a mental game. You are going to battle with yourself in your head about whether or not you should take a trade, whether it's the right trade to take. It's really about mental strength for me. You see this wall behind me? This is what keeps my mental like going, okay? Because I promise you, without all this behind me, I'd be like, I would be freaking out and panicking. So it definitely takes a mental strength, but as you keep going and learning from your markets and trial and error, you will start to gain it slowly but surely. It took me like between that losing 2 years is when it took me to actually gain that mental strength to be able to hold my trades. And now I'm able to hold my trades until they hit their targets. And I love that for me. And I'm gonna make sure that you guys can do that too. And I'll also be giving out on Donyae, we're gonna be having a mindset transformation camp. So be on the lookout for that. And if it's already out, make sure you guys definitely go get into it, because psychology, let me tell you, it's 10% strategy, 90% like psychology and trading. So get into that. Next, I'm going to say patience. Patience is definitely a big thing. If you look like right here, I'm pretty sure it says 10% buying, 10% selling, 80% patience. It's a waiting game. You're going to have to sit there and watch price go up, down, up, down, up, down before it gets to where it needs to go. So patience is definitely a big thing that you're going to want to have. And depending on the type of trader that you are, it's going to depend. It's going to literally determine what type of trades you take. Like, are you trading on momentum? Are you holding overnight? Are you doing like swing trades? Are you doing quick little 1 to 5 minute trades? You know what I'm saying? So that's very, very important. Then we have discipline. Discipline is going to be important. You're going to have to be able to get up and get yourself on your Zoom every single day, and you're going to be able to have to really abide by your rules. And we'll talk about rules later on in the modules and how to make them and how to make sure that you are following them, because rules are going to become a big part of this game too. So then finally, or the next two finally, they kind of go together. Self-reflection and then mindset. Self-reflection, you're going to have to reflect on yourself, your trading, and what you do. Journaling your trades is amazing. Definitely suggest TradeZella. I will link that too in here so that you can track all your trades and reflect on them, because it does it basically for you. If not that, then get yourself a journal so you can write down everything that you do, take notes, everything, because that's going to be very important on being able to go back test, and see why it is that you're maybe not profitable, or maybe you're not as profitable as you should be. And then finally, mindset. Mindset is everything. You cannot come into this like, damn, I lost my first trade, I'm quitting. You have to come into it with the mindset of, I may be losing today, but I can win tomorrow. And you have to keep being determined and keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because that's what I've been doing. And I feel like it's paying off for me now, which is 3 years later. But depending on who you are and how quick you're able to pick this stuff up and how quick you are able to shift your mindset, or if you already have the good mindset for it, it can be shorter, it can be longer. Like I said, it's very determinant on you. Like, trading is going to come down to you and who you are. So like I said, you have the possibility to make great money, but one thing I can promise is you will lose. Like I said, trading is not a 100% winning game. If you won every single trade you took, then a lot of people wouldn't do it. Or like, you know, or people would do it. If you won every trade that you took, everyone would be trading, you know what I mean? And if it was as easy as people may make it seem on different things, then you would probably see the whole world doing it, because it's a great way to make money. It's one of the hardest, easiest ways to make money. I feel like that's the best way to explain it, because it's hard to learn and it's hard to grasp. But once you grasp it, it's literally endless. You could just recycle money over and over again. And your phone literally becomes an ATM. So definitely be aware of that, is that you're not going to win every trade. You're going to have to push. You're going to have to keep going, and you're going to have mental strength in order to reach greater success. So getting started, here are the things that you're going to need. Starting with TradingView. TradingView is a trading platform where you can chart all of your analysis. I'm going to link a tutorial for how you guys can like get comfortable with it. Personally, I would do a tutorial, but you know, like my charts, why would I do a tutorial if there's already one out there and it's really good and it helped me? So I might as well just give it to y'all. But as for that, I'll link that so you guys can get comfortable with the site. You do have to pay for it. It's like $14.99 for the beginner's basic program, or the beginner basic platform. But personally, that worked for me for a long time, to be honest. I literally only have like the plus. I don't have like the premium or nothing. So you don't need nothing fancy. You can either use TradingView or you can use the Thinkorswim TD and Mirror Trade Chart. I just don't like that one personally. And then for your actual trading on your phone, I personally take my trades on my phone. And you're going to want to use TD Ameritrade. Now it's Charles Schwab because they merged or whatever. But that's where I buy all my contracts. I was going to show you on my phone, but I'm going to show a screenshot in the slides of what it looks like and what everything means. But that's what you're going to need. And then like I always say, you're going to need a growth mindset. You're really going to want to have that mindset that's like, I could do it. You have to tell yourself I'm going to tell you, in trading, you're going to have to tell yourself that you can do it a lot. A lot. Like, I have to always tell myself, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. Like, you really have to know that and believe it. So a growth mindset is always going to be on the table when it comes to trading, because that's what it's going to come down to, is who you are as a person. And that's going to determine your success. So never give up on yourself, but, you know, keep that in mind. So this is TD Ameritrade, and this is what your dashboard will look like on your phone. So as you can see to the left, we have a picture of what it looks like when you're in a trade. Right here, you could see your contract, how much money you're making on it, and then the percent it's up. And then on the side right here, this is just like your year to date, how much you've made on that stock within the year or whatever it is. Yeah, and then you could see the other trades you took in the day. And like I said, you're going to lose some, you're going to win some. But as long as your wins are higher than your losses, you will be profitable. And that's what we see here, right? I made $130, but I lost $35. And it'd be like that. But once you get good at it, you will learn how to sit and not take every single trade that you take. And this was last year, actually. So this was right when I was starting to get better. But yeah, once you learn how to sit through trades and not take every trade that you see, or look for A+ setups, you will be good to go. So don't worry about them losses. Like, imagine being pressed about $35 and you just made $130. Like, it's okay. I promise you will be able to take another trade. And when you do take that A+ setup, it will be worth it. And then to the right, you can see that I have a little video right here of the TD Ameritrade like set up on your phone and how it looks. And I'm just going to explain everything briefly. So right here in the middle, you can see these price numbers right here. These are your strike prices. These are basically prices that the contract will go into the money at, right? In the money means, like, if you look at the left, you see in the money. That just means that the price that you betted on, the strike price, it has now passed that price. Once price goes in the money, usually you start to recruit more income, like you start to recruit more gains because the profit, because now the contract is at a premium, it's entering a premium, it's going higher and higher and higher, it's costing more for people to buy it, so therefore it's in a premium. And that's why I said you buy them at a discount, you sell them at a premium. You don't always have to wait for it to go in the money to sell it, but that's always the best case scenario. So right here in the middle, we got strike prices, and all vocabulary will be linked in the course so that you guys can go and get comfortable with them and learn what they actually mean. And then right here in the middle, you can see this yellow line. This basically symbolizes the point where price is at. Everything that's shaded in blue right here. So for puts, which is basically like selling positions, like if price is going down. For puts, everything that price has already surpassed is all of this. So all these contracts are already in the money. Right here is the same thing. For calls, all these prices right here are already in the money. That means price has already surpassed that point. It's already surpassed 403, 404, 405, you know? So personally for me, I don't buy in the money contracts. I want to get out the money contracts and hold them until they go into the money, because that's where the money is at. If you're buying in the money contracts, you're basically buying the price. You're basically buying the stock at a premium. So there's no point in doing that, right? Because then it's going to be harder for you to make profit, you know? So I tend to leave that alone, and I would suggest you do too. But I know some people who be buying in the money contracts and it works for them. It don't work for me. I'm not doing that. So yeah. And then all of the rest of the numbers right here. So as you can see, there's the non-shaded area, and these are the contracts that are out of the money. So that means price has not gone to that point yet. So price has not gone to 405, 406, 407 in the calls. So it hasn't gone up to that point. And then as for puts, it hasn't gone below 405, 404, 404, whatever, and 403. And basically, depending on what the trade looks like on your chart, you can basically pick your contract based off of that. So let's say you wanted to take a call position because you think price is going to continue up and you think it's going to hit the price target at 406. Then you would probably want to take like a either 406 or a 405 strike price contract, right? So that way when it goes up there, it will hit, when it hits your desired target or it goes past your desired target, you could be in the money and you can make more money. Personally, for me, anytime I trade, the only contracts I take because of the way that I trade is I'm either taking this one right here, the first little line, the first strike price or the second strike price. The first strike price or the second strike price. Just because I feel like those ones make the money faster. Obviously, some contracts are very expensive, so if you need to go further out the money, that is okay. But me personally, I'm always picking the first two. Unless it's too expensive. Then I might pick like a third one or a fourth one. But if it's the fifth one, I'm probably not buying it because price will move so slow from those contracts because it's so far from going in the money. You know, once price, the further it is away from the strike that you're choosing, the slower slower the profit comes in, you know? So I don't like to wait that long because I'm not doing that. But if you're trading like different days or like swing trading, that might be better for you. These right here, as you can see at the top right here, these are the expiration dates. So these contracts right here that we're looking at, they expire January 9th, 2024. They're 0 days, so they expire the same day. Those ones, you also want to be aware of that because if you're going to hold your trade for more than a day, you might want to buy like a January 10th, 1 day expiration, so it expires the next day. You know what I'm saying? Because once a contract expires, it expires worthless, which means that you lose the full amount, okay? And nobody wants to lose the full amount, okay? Because for what? For what? You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep that in mind. I will link all the vocabulary in the thing so that you guys can get comfortable with that. And I'll also link a video on how you guys can get approved for level 2 trading, and you guys can, you know, get that. But this is basically how it looks when you're taking a trade. And as you can see, you could pick the quantity of contracts you have. The more you get, the price goes up, it doubles. So if it's $19 and you want 2, you're going to pay $40 something, right? And then as you can see, it's going to show you all the information for the stock. And then once you're ready to send that trade, you click send, and then you will be in the trade. It's pretty simple. It's not too difficult. Once you get the hang of it, you'll get the hang of it. But to be honest, you don't really have to look through all this. I don't be looking through all of it. It's your choice to do it. Like you can see, it shows you your break-even stock price, max profit, max loss, because you can only lose what you put into the trade. So if I took that trade, I could only lose $19.50 because of the simple fact that that's all I put into it, right? But you can make great amounts. So definitely be aware of that. And then real quick, I'm going to show you guys which tools I personally use just so that you guys have them. Like I said, I'll put a TradingView tutorial video linked up with this so that you guys don't even have to go search for it. I'm going to show y'all the one that I use and the one that I feel like can help you get comfortable. But also, you're going to want to go into the app and just look around everything. Like you can see right here, we have all of the different widgets that you can use. And if you ever want to favorite something, all you have to do is click the star. So if you see where my mouse is pointing, click the star and you'll have a little like box right here with all of your favorites. And these are personally the ones that I have favorited. I have the boxing tool, just because if you ever want to box supply, demand, order blocks, whatever. And then I have this ray, like this line. It starts at the point. Ever since, that's what I use to do all my price targets. So you might want to get that too. It's right here in the second little box. There's the trend line, and then it's the horizontal ray, yeah. And then I also have the trend line tool. That's for drawing out trend lines, which we'll get into later. And then I also just have my my risk to reward ratios here. So when I'm taking my trades, I could see, you know, what my risk to reward ratio is and just have like a mental picture. You obviously don't need those things if you don't feel like you need them, but I definitely advise that you have them there. And once we get into more of the modules, I will show you guys where and exactly how and where I would use these tools, and you'll get more comfortable with them. But for now, watch that tutorial and then also get comfortable with the app and just like look around. You know, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, like, you know, look at the trades, look at the stocks, get comfortable with how it looks, you know. And then, yeah, as we keep going, you'll understand more, because right now this looks crazy. And then right here, we have a roadmap, which basically is going to be our roadmap for the whole entire course. So that right there was our intro and basics. So we just got through the intros and the basics. I'm trying to keep all these videos kind of short, so I'm not going to do too much. But as you can see, these are all the things that we're going to be learning. So chart basics, so we're going to get into chart details, market structure, chart patterns and trend lines, support and resistance, supply and demand, strategies, key levels and order blocks and higher time frames. You don't know what any of this stuff means yet, but I promise you, once you get through all the modules, you will have a sense of everything, and you will feel more like, you know, you feel like you'll get your actual feet wet and feel like you actually learned something. But for now, that's our first module. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that it was good, and I hope that it was helpful. Make sure you guys continue to watch the rest of the modules, and make sure you guys are taking your notes. And I also have a Discord community, so if you want to ask questions in there, you can always do that too. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.